All right, now, oh, sorry about that. I am on P182 math homework. Let's get right to it. The coordinates of points M, N, and P are M is at -2, 3, N is at 4, 3, and P is at 5, -1. What coordinates for point Q make M, N, P, Q a parallelogram? So I know it's a parallelogram, so it has 4 sides. Opposite sides are equal, and opposite sides are parallel. So let's just start by putting in the points we do have, okay? Now I'm going to make myself a little X and Y axis here. There's my X axis. Here's my Y axis. Okay, that's my Y. And first point is at -2, 3. So I start at the origin, 0, 0. -2 means to the left 2, 1, 2. And +3 means up 3, 1, 2, 3. So there's my first point, M. Then I need to do N. Again, I start back at the origin where the 2 lines intersect. And I need to go +4, so that means to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then +3 means up 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's N. Now I know my other line, so from N to M, it is 1. Let's count the units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units apart. So I know my line down here, wherever it is also going to be 6 units apart. Okay, and my last point is P5, -1. So again, the first value is the X, so I run 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I go down since it's -1. And that's going to be point P. Okay. And my figure, sorry about that, starts at M and then goes to N. So I'm going to connect M to N. Then from N to P, so I'm going to connect N to P. And so I can see if it's a parallelogram, my other point's going to be somewhere down here. Well, how far away is it going to be from P? It's going to be the same distance that M and N are apart, because that's what we know about parallelograms. Parallelograms, the opposite sides are parallel and they're the same length. So what did we say this was? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from P, I have to move to the left 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I messed up. Sorry about that. 1. Ooh, I hate it when it does that too. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be right there. And that is point Q. And it wants to know the coordinates of point Q. So what are the coordinates? Well, I need to write the little parentheses. And on the x-axis, I have to go backwards or to the left 1. So -1. And then down 1. So down would be -1. Okay. I'm going to let you use your graph paper, scratch paper. You're going to be doing the same thing for number 2. Well, not exactly the same thing. You have all 4 of the points. So just graph those points, connect the dots, and then decide what kind of quadrilateral you have. Do you have a parallelogram? Do you have a rectangle, which is also a parallelogram? Do you have a square, which is also a parallelogram? Do you have a trapezoid? What shape does it form when you connect all those dots? Okay. All right, number 3. Marcus needs to cut a 5-yard length of yarn into equal pieces. So that sounds like he's going to be dividing. Write an equation that models the length L in yards of each piece of yarn if Marcus cuts it into P pieces. Okay, so I know I have L, I know I have P, and I know I have 5. Okay, So these are going to be the parts of my equation. So write an equation that models the length L in yards of each piece. So each piece will be, the length will be, we don't know what the length will be, but it will be depending on how many pieces he cuts 5 into. So 5 divided by P. Okay. Now, if you wrote this out as the length equals 5 divided by the number of pieces he has, this is the same thing as this. These two are equivalent. They both mean the same thing. Okay. All right, the area of a triangular flag is 300, so I'm thinking triangle. I got to remember my formula. Area equals 1/2 base times height. The base of the triangle is 30. What is the height? So they gave us the area, 330. And I know I need to do 1/2 times the base, which was 30, times the height. Well, I know half of 30 is 15, so I have 15 times h equals 330. And now I just need to do the inverse operation to get this h by itself. So now I just divide both sides by 15, and that will tell me what h equals, which will be your final answer. Right, number 5, a trapezoid is 6.5 feet tall. So I know it's a trapezoid. I always start with what I do know. And I know the formula for a trapezoid is area equals 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height. That's what I do know. Okay. The height is 6.5 feet tall. Okay. Well, I know I can write height as 6.5, or I can write 6.5 as 6.5. Okay. Again, haven't answered any questions. I'm just organizing and putting in what I do know. Its bases are 9.2 and 8 feet. So base 1, one of those bases is 8, and one of those bases is 9.2. What is the area? Well, I got everything I need to solve now. Parentheses first. Remember, you can change 1/2 to 0.5, or you can add this, multiply it by 6.5, and then divide by 2. You have those 3 choices again. Okay, number 6, the dimensions of the rectangle below will be multiplied by 3. How will the area be affected? Well, remember, we said if the dimensions are multiplied by 3, to find how much bigger the area gets, you square that multiplier. And that will tell you how many times bigger the area will be. So the area will be blank times bigger. And the blank is your answer to the side dimensions multiplied by 3, and then you square that to get how much bigger the area will be. And remember, squared just means 3 times 3, so it'll be 9 times bigger. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.